It's race day here at Martinsville Speedway, where tonight the stars of the Into Pits News Truck Series and Tyler Watermullen do battle here on the short track. It is just half a mile long, but there's going to be a lot more than just a short track. There's going to be some short tempers here tonight, too, as we welcome you to the MartinPC.com 200 at Martinsville Speedway. Getting ready to go here tonight for 200 laps. Welcome you to the booth. Here's Dawson Allen. Joining me tonight is Adam Kuhn. Adam, are you excited for what we're going to see here tonight, the short track racing yet again?
I'm excited for what can happen tonight, and that is the possibility of a great race here at Martinsville. You mentioned short track, so we got a lot of trucks registered for this race right now, so there should be a fun battle at the paperclip. And there's a lot on the line with the mid-season bracket challenge ending tonight. Playoff opportunities at stake as well with a win. A lot can go on tonight, and a lot of, also in the back of everyone's minds, also can happen a lot of iRacing. We have seen it in the short track so far this season. Hopefully we can get rid of that curse tonight.
Absolutely, and we've seen a lot of Wreckfest before here at Martinsville. The last two winners, Cameron Caldwell, Dalton Kelly, they came in very hectic ways. But we look to see if that changes here tonight. So right now, under practice, we approach the end of this. Justin Durand, currently fastest. You see it's Durand, Chicano, Moreno, Hapiak, and Snyder, the top five. And you mentioned the big field. 28 drivers are registered for this race. We've got about 5 minutes left in practice. Some other names I see popping up here tonight. The 99, Austin J. McGill. I normally see him Tuesday nights in the Slide Job Racing League, which of course they head to Daytona this upcoming Tuesday night for the iRacing Funny 250. See that 99 back out on track, getting ready to race tonight. And here's another return. We got Dalton Kelly in the 45. Joining us once again back out there. Ready to go back and see if he can score his second career win at the place that rewarded him his first. Currently 13th fastest for that 45 Circle B diecast Ford F-150. Another driver we got coming back after a hiatus. Brian Haynes is here in the MartinPC Chevy Silverado, the number 86. Last time we saw him was last season at Michigan. And we're excited to have him back here. Sponsoring tonight's race, but also looking to see what he can do behind the wheel of that 86. Good to have him back here showing up tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Dawson. Great to see some of those guys back. You mentioned Brian Haynes right now on track, running some practice laps. A little bit further up in the practice board than some guys. Actually, a little bit further down, I should say. He, like you said, he hasn't raced at all this season, so he's just ready to be in for a smooth and long race, hopefully, and hopefully he doesn't get collided in any of the incidents we could see happen tonight. And you mentioned Dalton Kelly and winning here a couple of seasons ago, and he was pretty close last season as well, so I anticipate him to have the speed tonight.
And we talked about as well the bracket challenge coming to a head tonight between Alonzo Chicano and Michael Kruger. Chicano was currently third fastest. He was second, but now Moreno set a faster lap time there. But he was third fastest. Michael Kruger back there 10th fastest. Your current points leader right now. Looking to see if he can pick up that mid-season bracket bonus. It's going to be a battle to keep your eyes on here tonight between those two drivers.
And Dawson, to go back to the drivers you mentioned a few moments ago, Austin J. McGill, not a regular here in the Pits News Truck Series, very few starts, but he does have a lot of racing under his belt on the service, and of course a lot on JCTV, I should say, racing in NAR and the Slide Job Racing League. So he's ready to get back in the swing of things this week. You mentioned for Slide Job, but ready to get some short track racing tonight. Hopefully, be in the long haul tonight for that 99 truck.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen him here a couple times. He has run with us before. So seeing him come back and run tonight, at least is a good sign. See exactly how many starts we've gotten under his belt. I want to say he's got at least 3 starts. Actually, no, this would be his second career start, actually. So, don't let me wrong. His first start coming at the Roval last season. So this is his
And that
first
was,
start this season.
yeah, in Dawson, that was a very competitive run for him. Obviously, he is known a little bit more as a road course driver in these leagues, but he did show up and kind of be a little bit of a ringer there that week. Didn't get the greatest result. I think he had an incident late, but trying to put some short tracks under his belt here in the Olympic News Truck Series, like you mentioned.
And not to mention, too, it could easily serve as some practice. Just getting used to driving Martinsville. Because, I'm going to see, I thought Slide Job came to Martinsville. Indeed, they do not. But still, you know, getting some more track time on these short tracks can also still help for places like Bristol and like Wilkesboro, where we'll see them race next season. Still going to be a season for Slide Job. You see a big track blocker there. That's Jamie Wright. Spun around there. You know, just kind of looking through the drivers that we've got tonight. Jamie Wright's going to make his 10th career start here tonight in the number 0 truck. Pit lane, making his 10th career start tonight in the Independence News Truck Series. Looking at 8 fastest, there is Andrew Elias in that number 44 truck F-150. See all hits that spun around truck. That is Jackson Tate in the 11 actually there. Just got hit. Made his debut, I believe, earlier this season at Phoenix. So he is coming back for his second race as well. Currently 25th fastest on the boards for that number 11, but he's definitely going to aim higher here when it comes to this race. Adam, we've got 38, now make it 35 seconds left of practice. So really quickly, who do you have pegged as your winner here tonight to keep an eye on?
I'm going to go with the guy who's been really fast this season. A lot of people's championship pick. He is a threat almost everywhere we go, and he is in the mid-season bracket challenge. I might get a little slack from this from Alonso, but I am going to pick the 14 Michael Kruger for the win tonight. He was very fast here in this race last season, involved in an incident actually with Alonso, but I think that's going to almost took him out of the championship picture last season. He had a couple races to fight back, but I think tonight, knowing it's a mid-season race, he's just going to put that all behind him and go for the win.
I've got last season's winner. Yeah, you got the bonus going to Michael Kruger. I've got last season's winner, Cameron Caldwell, taking home his second win in a row with this racetrack. He has been in the mix of these races every time we've been here. No matter where it's been, he has been in the mix of things. So I've got it as Cameron Caldwell taking the checkered flag here tonight. So qualifying is now underway. And the first one looks like rolling is Brett Bennett in the 47 truck as he rolls it off pit road. Of course, Martinsville, such a short track, quick qualifying, so going to be rapid succession for a lot of these guys getting out there, getting these lap times down.
Yeah, it really feels like hot laps, the way they just click them off here in the 5 minutes of that they're allotted here. So Brett Bennett on his first lap got a little sideways though, exiting 2. Let's see what this first lap is going to be here as he dives into turn 3.
Want to be as smooth as you can be in these corners. Have a good exit and a good run straight away that time. First official lap goes to Brett Bennett, a 19.546 for his first go out there. And you'll see the steady stream of lap times trickle in from guys setting their first or their second laps as we approach start-finish line for the second time for Brett Bennett. It's going to be not an improvement, so he will stay put where he is. And that, of course, can continue to drop as we go back to see Jackson Tate attempting his qualifying run. This is his second time lap he is currently on.
Yeah, Brett's second lap was about a tenth slower, so let's see what Jackson can do if he's able to pick it up or not.
Coming to the start-finish line this time, Tate puts down a 19.591. That's good to put him up in the mix as well in 9th. Dalton Kelly there, slow rolling down the back straightaway. I wonder if he's just saving his tires for that one good lap.
Alonso Chicano just completed his first lap, goes to 5th right now with a 19.5.
He's trekking upwards faster this time by, it looks like, for a second. He gets a stripe this time. Oh, he was just right at it, a 19.526 for Alonso. And we go back to Dalton Kelly. Rolling down pit road now. It was a fast qualifying lap there. That was one of those, it was so fast that we didn't even get to see it happen. But instead, we'll go up to Josh Arnold, who's out now, pulling out, getting ready to set his qualifying lap. Number 22. We saw him last night in the NAOR series, the Dig Designs NAOR series. Did not have the best of runs, had a lot of incidents he was involved in, but he's looking to shake that and not let that be the case tonight as he starts his first lap. It's the first time he crosses the stripe. 19.9, and he slides it there for his second lap. Not going to be able to improve. So Arnold will have to settle for 18th on the starting blocks. But here comes Michael Kruger in the 14 machine. Get ready to set his first lap time.
He didn't like that one, Dawson.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I thought he went pretty wide there in turn 3, and he must have thought the same thing because he immediately came to a stop there off of 4 as we saw reset. So 14's going to try again. He's only got one shot now here at a good lap time.
Try it again as he makes his way towards 3 and 4. Michael Kruger is going to put down a 19.656. That's good to move him to 15th, but not within arm's reach of Alonso Chicano, who was all the way in 5th with his qualifying attempt. So that will pretty much do it for qualifying. So as we get ready to go, the checker flag will fly, and we will have your starting lineup ready to go here tonight. So let's take a look at your starting grid presented by Mart on PC. Starting on the pole tonight, it's going to be the 43 of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. To his outside is going to be the 69 of Tristan Maher. Back in row number 2 is going to be Nick Hapiak and Roy Crump. And then in row 3, it's the Alonso Chicano and Cole Snyder. Brett Bennett, Brian Smith make up row number 4, those SPLD drivers there. And then Jamie Wright and Jackson Tate round out your top 10.
Starting on row 6 is a pair of Radius Racing drivers, Alex Kerfin in 11th and Cameron Caldwell 12th. Andrew Elias starts 13th and Austin J. McGill 14th. Michael Kruger starts in the 15th position, as we mentioned a moment ago. He starts alongside Jonathan Canfield. Justin Duran starts 17th alongside Nathan Lehman in the 33. Joshua Arnold qualified 19th next to Harold Tucker III, who rounds out the top 10 grids tonight.
Starting in 21st is going to be Josh Coppernell. To his outside is going to be the 80 of Wesley Rose. Then it's David Duran and Dalton Kelly making up row number 12. Row 13 sees Jeffrey Armistead and Michael Walls, your winner at Homestead earlier this year. And rounding out your field, it's going to be 86 of Brian Haynes and the 68 of Tyler Watermolen. I told you, he's not a star. And of course, he's starting out shotgun to the field, dead last. So, we mentioned our picks at the top of the broadcast. You took Kruger. I took Caldwell. What do you say we see really quickly if we can dial up our pole sitter before this race goes green really quick?
Let's try it.
Hey, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, really quick before this race gets going, how are you feeling about your truck getting this pole position here tonight?
I'm feeling really good because as soon as I got into this session, I was running a little slow lap times, but the pace got there eventually. I honestly, depending on how it goes, I think I'm just gonna stay out most of the time and hold the lead. Try to learn from USA. Could have had the win there, so yeah.
Yeah, and you are a very recent winner here. I believe you were our winner just last week. Yeah, exactly, at Texas. So building up on that momentum, the win and then the pole, how do you feel now getting ready to head into this unknown with this short track here?
Just trying to stay out of trouble and try to win this race. Anything lower than the win then might be a disappointment. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but yeah, just keep the nose clean and everything.
All right, well, we'll let you go, Ethan. Best of luck out there. We hope to talk to you later.
Thank you.
And that is Ethan Fonseca Moreno, your pole sitter for tonight, getting ready to lead the field to green as the pace truck dives off, leaving the field in the hands of the 43, rounding through 3 and 4. We are getting ready to go back racing at the paperclip. As they make their way to the front straightaway, the green flag flies, and we are back racing here at Martinsville for the MartOnPC.com 200. Austin J. McGill way wide in the back there, hitting the outside wall, trying to let people by, it looks like. Is at number 99. Everybody trying to filter down to that inside line. You see Jackson Tate right here ahead of Alex Kerfan. We're talking about drivers making their second start here. Jackson Tate, that guy that just passed him, Alex Kerfan, this is his 60th career start in the In the Pits News Truck Series. He and Chicano have the most starts in this series, making it 60 here tonight.
Yeah, I've been hoping for some tides to change here.
And there's Tyler Watermull, and spinning on the back, caution flies. Just
going to mention real quick about Kofan. He was 3 wide with Austin J. McGill and Cameron Caldwell there on the opening lap, and kind of started that whole situation up with the 99. But let's take a JCTV replay look at the 68 truck here, Dawson.
It should come as no surprise that Tyler Watermullen has spun. No more surprise that he spun by himself.
From the last position?
From last place.
Yes.
Just lose it out at 2.
Man. You know, Dawson, this gives us actually a perfect opportunity because there's a new rule in place tonight.
Adam, if you want to go ahead and tell us about it, what's that new rule that we have in place now?
It's the EOL system for calling out cautions, who causes them. It was tried to be implemented last week, but it wasn't put into place. This is what I assume we're going to call the Brett Bennett incident limit rule because of the 56X 2 weeks ago at USA. So basically, if you cause the caution and you take responsibility for it, you go to the back, you get an EOL on the restart. And if you don't take responsibility for it, admins will find someone at fault. So could be very interesting to have this be debuted here at Martinsville tonight, Dawson, because we mentioned top of the show, we get a lot of I-pacing here, a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks, a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of pretty much everything.
Yeah, and at the also point too, there's gonna be a lot of incident points here. I'm excited to see if Brett can break that record. I'm gonna keep track of it all night. We should have made a little counter to put on the screen for the folks at home, but we did not. We will keep you updated, trust me. But right now, we're running 7th.
Yeah, it's scary because he's got 27 other trucks to hit off of this week.
And you see they're choosing up ahead. Choose top or bottom. I do want to point out Roy Crump started from pit lane, so his stuff is going to be all messed up for us. So if he somehow wins, this is what you'll see it where it'll just be like a ghost, where nothing shows up. So we'll have to just pretend like he's not existent, like he's Casper or something. But he is here. He is racing. He just started from pit lane. For some reason, our graphics do not like it when drivers do that. Moreno, Maher, still the front row as they round the turns 3 and 4 to the Geico restart zone. The green flag in hand, and is going to fly once again here on the Martin PC 200. Green flag back out.
Maher very twitchy there on the start on the outside lane. Gonna have an opportunity to tuck in here behind Ethan Fonseca Moreno.
Kerfan up top, 3 wide in the background there. These battles continue around the racetrack. Oh, spinning! Oh! The track
Michael
gets
Kruger's
blocked!
involved.
Michael Kruger!
And he's upside down!
It's upside down! Michael Kruger, though, involved. There's Nathan
Lehman's against the wall.
Jackson Tate, Roy Crump's in it, caution flies, and I want to say that all started with the 47, and he's still rolling. He was on his side. He was on his side, and he's still rolling.
He was more than on his slide. He was almost upside down. He was like, Dawson, he was like 80 degrees upside down with the earth.
Taking a look at your JCTV replay, entering turn 3 and 4. It looks like maybe some help from Chicano gets him around. You see Michael Kruger having to miss that. And then right there, I think that is Harold Tucker that got into Brett Bennett to tip him over. Kruger lucky that the only damage he really sustained was just a little bit of damage from that slight hit he took. So we're going to go on board with Brett Bennett here. This will be a wild ride. How he landed on all fours and was able to keep going is just beyond me.
I agree, Dawson. That was insane.
Brewer got some help there with some good hits. You see there, Bennett flipping in the background.
Well, mention the taking responsibility for the incidents. That one has been deemed a racing incident by the race control tonight, which is Jonathan Parker. Good buddy stepped out of the booth to the other booth right next to us to call the race tonight since Toasty is up at New Hampshire.
Yeah, we've got Matthew Tolster up in New Hampshire working with Woody Pitcat in the modified team for Stan Mertz Racing. So he is not here to do that tonight. So we've got another Barker up in the booth. Next to us there, he said, making those decisions. But yeah, Michael Kruger, he got help from Andrew Elias. That was the reason why he got turned sideways. But it looks like he is still continuing. Nathan Lehman, Harold Tucker are a lap down right now. We'll see how much that damage affects these trucks. But it's going to be a long race for Michael Kruger. Currently in 11th, though. Got to see how that damage affects his truck. Pace car was supposed to pull off that time. Looks like we got a delayed green, as they chose that last time by. So the restart waved off for a lap here. The front row is going to stay the same. Ethan Fonseca Moreno, Tristan Maher. And back there it's Nick Hapiak and Cole Snyder in row number 2. Cameron Caldwell, Alonso Chicano in row 3. Through 3 and 4 towards the Geico restart zone. Let's see if we can get a green flag stretch. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Cameron Caldwell going to the inside of Cole Snyder. That is for 4th, and he's going to take it with ease. Cameron Caldwell up to P4. Snyder dropping back to spot.
Side by side just behind Brian Smith and Alonso Chicano. Brian's got the inside line right now. That's easily the preferred groove around here. But Alonso's got the momentum rolling right now through the center of the corners.
And the outside
as soon as I say that, Brian's going to get him off the corner, Dawson.
Yeah, the outside lane is working in certain portions for certain drivers. They're able to roll the outside and make it work. And somebody who's trying to make it work right now, he was just upside down. He was on his side. Brett Bennett up to 16th, battling with Roy Crump. knocking on the door of the top 15 here with Michael Walls there just up ahead.
Yeah, a lot of drivers joined him down pit road there. Michael Wall is not one of them who has damage still on the front of that truck, it looks like. So trying to cut through this field right now with all kinds of the craziness we've seen just in the opening laps right here, looking lap 17.
Occurs to the inside of Austin Miguel. This is for 10th. This would be the final stage we mentioned. It 50 laps was going to be the stage. Chicano and Kruger battling it out in this final of the bracket challenge. The track temp 70 degrees. So something to keep an eye on for these drivers. Nice, cool track. Josh Arnold battling to the inside of Andrew Elias. This is for the 13th spot. Elias trying to roll the outside and make it stick in front of the 22 of Josh Arnold. But he's driving it in deep there in the corner, trying to stay and get ahead of this 44.
And speaking of driving in deep, just behind them, Brett Bennett is still driving in deep, trying to get to the outside of that 7 truck right now.
As best as he can, if he can, with that truck after that incident. But up front, Ethan Fonseca Moreno's got a challenge coming. Here comes Tristan Maher now, slowly creeping on the back bumper of this 43.
Yeah, 69 truck looks pretty solid right now, getting through turn 4. I looked back a couple laps ago, and he just hooks the bottom so much better than Ethan, coming off of turn 4 and hitting the curb right.
Now back, Dalton Kelly trying to work past Tyler Watermullen. Dangerous thing to do, but also 2 up ahead. Maher has just dropped to 5th, now 6th.
He blinked out. He blinked out. That's the only thing I could have saw happen.
Back out back.
Michael Walls is spun into turn 4.
The caution will fly. Looking back to see really quickly what the cause of the caution was. It looks like it might have just been Michael Walls losing it in Michael Walls fashion. Just looped it like Tyler Watermullen did, and then a little help at the end by Josh Arnold. Right in front of the field when caution comes out.
Now, Dawson, I don't know if you want to look at a replay of what happened to Tristan Maher. He blinks out entering turn 3, right on the tailgate of Ethan Moreno, and when he blinks back in, he is way back in the 5th position, just ahead of Brian C. Smith.
You see right there competing for the lead with Moreno. He just blinks out. Vanishes for that second and then appears right in front of Brian C. Smith. Not sure what happened. Maybe he saw himself blink out and back out. That's what happened.
Nathan Lehman's going to be the lucky dog here. He got held a lap while taking repairs on that last caution flag, so he's going to be back here racing with these guys, and Michael Walls has been given an EOL for that caution coming out.
Yeah, it's part of the ruling. If you cause the caution, you get an EOL. Tyler Watermullen could not get an EOL because an EOL means end of line, and Watermullen was already at the end of the line anyway, so how do you get an EOL when that's already at the back of the line?
He's made his way forward a little bit right now, Dawson. Through the attrition we've seen early on and through the pit cycle, we just saw a couple guys tail end of the field coming down to pit for some service.
And there's no harm in doing that. I mean, with where you are right now, it's the best to do it. So the guys out back, just go ahead and pit now and see if maybe this might be a difference maker for you. As we cross the halfway point of this stage, it's been all Ethan Fonseca Moreno out front.
You mentioned halfway point in the stage. We are going to get ready to restart next time by with the guys choosing for the restart right now here on the front straightaway. Next time, never mind. Nope, okay. They waited really late, and Ethan might have got the inside wall there, Dawson.
Even worse, he might have got the juice going itself. Pushed it really close to that 43 did with that choose. Obviously, race control will look and see. But it will still be Moreno on the front row with Cameron Caldwell now joining him to the outside. Happyak, Maher, Snyder, Chicano, your top 3 rows there as they come through 3 and 4, heading towards the Geico restart zone. They'll get the green flag. We'll be back racing here at Martinsville.
Josh Arnold in the wall.
Still straight, we stay green for now. We're still side by side. Chicano and Snyder, then Smith and Kerfan. They get to do the battle here side by side. And look who's right back up in that picture. And number 14, Michael Kruger, is in the top 10 now. He's right there. Chicano just up ahead there. But Kruger, despite being in that accident, he's still in contention. That's the big benefit of the new damage model. These trucks can take a beating and still keep on rolling strong.
Just behind Michael Kruger a few moments ago, Austin McGill caught the outside wall. Now he's peeking to the outside of Michael Kruger to get this position. Now Brian Smith with an issue off of turn 4, almost lost the rear end, gives aid and gonna lose 3 positions there. And gonna lean on Jamie Wright, yeah.
Yeah, that is for 10.
Oh, spin behind him. It's Roy Crump in the 70.
Oh, spinning up there as well. They're wrecking up ahead. Jamie Wright's around.
2 different incidents at the same time. On 2 ends of the speedway, Dawson.
He's going to have a hard time getting this turned around without dropping all the way to the tail end. Jamie Wright was battling for a top 10 spot now. Going to have to go to the rear end of the field. So we'll take a look at your JCTV replay. First, we'll look at what caused the yellow with Roy Crump. You might want to add some points to this counter here because there's Brett Bennett, and then there's Crump getting turned by David Durand. Excuse me. And then Wesley Rose hits him as well.
Michael Wallace took a good evasive action there, just going down the pit chute.
Yeah. There you see right there. You see Bennett gets tagged by Crump. For those of you who care, you will see that clip. You will hear that clip on JCTV Out of Context here very soon. Do not worry. Let's look back and see what happened to Jamie Wright as well just after this incident. He was heading into turn 3. Brian C. Smith was underneath him. I don't know if that was just Brian made contact with him or what, but you see there, Durand and Elias made contact as well. So multiple different issues for these drivers battling out for these spots as we get closer to the end of this stage.
Well, now that we have seen the replays of the incident and the admins have as well, Jonathan Barker Race Control has deemed it Roy Crump at fault for this one with the run-in with Brett Bennett, so gonna have to keep an update on the incident count that you mentioned earlier, Dawson, for that 47 truck. It's already getting pretty high early on, just 34 laps in here tonight.
35 laps in, he is at 8. He's on his way. Of course, chasing history, 56 is his record he set earlier this season at USA. So far, he's on a good path to get there. See him jockeying with Brian Smith there, under caution, teammates there for SBLD. I think these two have been doing a lot this week, running the Tour Mods at New Hampshire, the official splits. Of course, Tour Mods race there today. I will not spoil the finish. Just know it was a good one. It was well worth all the wait for the weather and everything. When it finally cleared up, it was well worth it at the end. So, choose. Coming into play, Moreno back to the bottom, Cole back to the top. Same old up in the front as we get ready to go back green. Coming close to the end of the stage here.
Yeah, the anticipation for these restarts is going to keep getting higher and higher here.
Pace truck dives on the pit road. We're guaranteed to see him at least one more time tonight, but we'll probably see him at least maybe 12 or 13 times. Who knows? To the Geico restart zone, Moreno launches, leads the field back to green here in Martinsville. They're down the straightaway. Caldwell tried to peek to the inside, couldn't quite stuff it in there. As we see battling side by side back on the field, Snyder might have gotten into Chicano there, ran him up the racetrack, but you see there, they're still battling for that spot, contesting for 5th. Maher went to send it to the inside of Habiak, but he had the door closed on him pretty quickly. But look at who's in the mix now. Michael Kruger right on the back bumper of the 19. Chicano just up ahead of him there. Those are the two battling for this bracket challenge.
Yeah, Kruger seems to be a little bit faster than Cole Snyder right now. It's just he has the check position using that bottom line. It seems a little bit more twitchy coming off the corners, at least early on in this restart. And Kruger kind of looks like he was getting sick of it. He gave him one punt, and since then has fallen off the rear tailgate. But Cole Snyder, though, still tight on the left side, I should say, of Alonso Chicano there.
Of course, the big thing in short track racing, the 3-tap rule. First tap, I'm here. Second tap, I'm not waiting any longer. Third tap, you're getting put in the wall. And Kruger just...
He's going to make... almost made a dive.
There. Snyder ends up getting into the back of Chicano. And now Kruger's all over the back of Snyder. Now trying to send it in again.
Oh, and Snyder's going to make it really shallow on him and cut him off. Make it 3 wide with Austin McGill. Alex Kiffin gets 1 wide. Because of that, here comes Brett Bennett now into the picture for this fight.
They are driving like it's the last lap. We're only on lap 43 coming to the stripe this time. Moreno out front by just about 0.3 of a second over Cameron Caldwell. Nick Hapiak, Tristan Maher, 3rd and 4th. Alonso Chicano is 5th, but the battle is still out back. Kruger still trying to get ahead of this 19. And you see here, caution is going to fly out back.
Wesley Rose has spun on the front straightaway.
And out back, that was right in front of the leaders. Just about.
Yeah, Wesley has had a rough night. He's been involved in quite a few different incidents. He's got all kinds of damage. He is a lap down, or was a lap down, now 2 after that spin, coming off turn 4. By himself, or not, yeah, by himself with Roy Crump just behind, and by the time he got back going, right in front of the leaders like you mentioned.
All that's done too. We're closer and closer to the end of the stage. So it's closer and closer for Moreno to be able to lock it up and take those 10 stage points.
One interesting thing here about the way these guys have been scored by iRacing, Michael Kruger got put behind Austin J. McGill, so now he's going to be 2 spots from where he was on that last restart, and 3 cars in between he and Alonso Chicano. Sorry, one of them's Lap, one of them's Wesley. My bad.
Yeah, he's he'll be out of the picture. Don't worry, very quickly. But as they're continuing this pacing, lap 46, we might have a 1-lap shootout to determine the stage. If we do.
Cameron just came over the radio and said there will be 1 more restart left in the stage. I'm not quite sure what lap it is going to be on Dawson. As Tristan Maher is going to come down a closed pit road.
If we get 1 to green here, which it looks like we will, of course, restart lap 48, 3 laps to go in the stage. Now, but not getting that means we're down to 2 laps to go for the restart. So it will be an overtime, essentially, for the stage green-white checker. Well, Moreno has a stage win this season. That came at Phoenix. Cameron Caldwell has not won a stage at all since through season 3. He's likely picked up a stage in season 2, but my database does not go back that far. So we'll just double check. So we see here they're getting ready to choose this time. Opposite to the inside.
Going to be a 2-lap shootout here for the stage, Dawson. What do you anticipate here from this front row?
A little bit of chaos. Last time Cameron Caldwell won a stage, season 2 at the Charlotte Roval. He's going to look to see if he can change that tonight. Moreno's going for his second stage win of the season. Pace truck onto safety of pit road as we come through 3 and 4 to the Geico restart zone. The green flag flies, 2 laps to go here in stage 1 here in Martinsville. And Caldwell spun the tires. Snyder tried to get to the outside.
Yeah, that was almost a really good wreck, and behind him.
Sliding into the outside wall. Brian Haynes spins. Jamie Wright gets into him. Brian Smith's in there. They're going to stack it up. Andrew Elias is there. Caution flies, and that's going to be the stage. Ethan Fonseca Moreno is going to take home the stage win for his second stage win of the season.
That looked like it kind of all started with that restart from Cameron Caldwell, spinning the tires, and Cole Snyder went into turn 1, had to check up a little bit more than he anticipated with the 12 truck being there, and Michael Kruger went in there and did the same and hit the back of the 19 truck, I think, pretty heavily, Dawson.
Absolutely. How about Josh Coppernoll, stage points? We'll let them pit. We will do that, and as we let them pit and everything, really quickly, we'll see if we can take a look at your JCTV replay and see just what happened to put us in this situation. It looks like Michael Kruger trying to fight for the spot. Forces it inside, just gets into the back of the 19. And he slides, saves it, and gets hit by Canfield. Canfield ping-pongs into Haynes. You see Jamie Wright, Josh Arnold got damaged, Brian Smith. Harold Tucker gets into him. Everybody got a piece of that one.
And the EOL for that one has been given to the 14 of Michael Kruger, so he has another hill to climb if he wants to continue racing Alonso Chicano for this bracket challenge bonus.
Well, I'm under caution, Adam. What do you say we dial up our stage winner, Ethan Fonseca Moreno?
Yeah, let's hear from him again. Hey Ethan, it's Adam up in the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you were able to get that stage win. A lot of cautions here early on. What is your thinking going forward in this race?
Same thing that I said at the beginning, to keep the nose clean, because that's going to be really important to make my way back up there, of course, and have the speed. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have much else to say other than go try and win the race, and yeah, that's it.
Well, it looks like you're restarting the 9th position. What's it going to take to try and restart this race on the right foot and go up there and win it and try and keep it clean with all the chaos we have seen so far?
We try to take the bottom each time because all the grip is down there right against that curve. So I'm just trying to, you know, stay down there and make the passes try to make the passes as much as possible, and get back up there. Got some guys, Justin's up there, so he's pretty quick. Gonna have to make something happen here on these restarts.
All right, well, good luck. We're looking forward to seeing it happen, Ethan.
Yep, thanks.
Ethan Fonseca Moreno, stage winner so far in stage winner here in stage 1, trying to get back up there right now in the 9th position. Dawson, as we get ready for this restart here on lap 54.
Yeah, as we get ready, it's Justin Duran and Dalton Kelly are going to be your front row, leading your field back to green. Josh Arnold, Jackson Tate back there, 3rd and 4th. Then it's Jamie Wright, and I believe that's Tristan Maher to the outside. Green flag back in the air, but a caution immediately flies again. It's the 33 of Nathan Lehman was around in turn 4. So So just as soon as we get the restart, we're back under caution.
The trouble with the choose cone here, Dawson, is they have a huge stack up coming off a turn for when they make their lane choice, and it just causes this huge coordinating effect around the entire half-mile track because it's so small and you have to slow down so much in the corners, and half the field isn't there with everyone else when they get to the restart zone. It's been an issue all night, and Nathan Lehman just got caught out there. He spun out and entering the corner by himself and just tried to keep up all the speed, trying to stay up with the field, and cause this green-yellow immediately situation here for stage 2.
Board here. What I'm listening to here, it almost sounds like he not in money shifts, but not in the way of he was spinning the shift up and shifted down. No, he was trying to get down to second gear or third gear to get ready for the restart. But he wasn't down enough to where he would slow it up enough to where he can get going straight.
Yeah, too many revs. Yep.
Too many revs. So he ended up spinning the truck like that. It happens. That drops him back to the tail end, and that puts us back under caution, which I think that's a good thing for the guys that are up front. Talking about Justin Duran and Dalton Kelly leading this field here right now. You see there, they pit under one of the cautions. So they came out pit road, took their service then, and they have just been coasting by on these cautions, so that has cycled them up to the front here. You can see Josh Arnold, Jamie Wright did the same thing, Nick Hapiak as well, Jeffrey Armistead. They're in the top 10 on this strategy, so it's worked out so far, and they're hoping it continues to work out in the longer run of this race. Right now, it's paying them off well, sitting in first and second right now for Duran and Kelly.
Well, Dawson, under this caution, we have had our first retirement of the night. Tristan Maher has disconnected from the server. He was running in the 7th position. We saw him a little bit earlier pit under a closed pit, and he got his way back up there somehow. I'm not quite sure how. He has been one of the best trucks all night, but he is not going to be able to continue racing tonight. This is unfortunately, I'm assuming, Dawson, one of those things where life gets in the way. We have seen that a lot from him in this past, but unfortunate for the timing of the race, I should say, for that to happen. He was having another great truck, Dawson, but things are more important, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want him sitting here at his computer, just racing a virtual truck if he's got something else that needs tending to. So, Tristan obviously is a great racer, great competitor. Just sucks to have to leave a race like this, but indeed that's what happens. So he is out here. 27th, will drop to 28th when Harold Tucker gets by him in about 7 laps. But right now we're looking at the field, getting ready to go back green, double file after the choose. Jackson Tate jumping to the outside lane there. He's going to be starting in row 1 with Justin Duran. There's Dalton Kelly in row 2 with Jamie Wright to his outside. Then row 3 is some Militia Motorsports drivers, Josh Arnold and Nick Hapiak. Back there, Ethan Von Sagan, Cameron Colwell, 7th and 8th. Then Jeffrey Armistead and Brett Bennett rounding out your top 10. Rounding their way through turns 3 and 4 towards the Geico restart zone. It will be 141 to go. Green flag back in the air. And more wheel spin for the outside lane. Tate stacks him up, and that allows Duran to get away for now.
And look at Ethan Fonseca Moreno taking advantage of that inside lane, trying to get positions up here where he's just logged in behind Joshua Arnold now. He spoke with us about it just moments ago about trying to use that grip down low, trying to peek to the inside of the 22 now.
He's going to have to make these moves quick. Ooh, Arnold might have got the back of Jamie Wright there just up ahead. That sends the 0-0 for a little bit of a slide. He's able to recover, but there's still 2 by 2 from 4th on back.
Ooh, maybe a brush there with the wall for Jamie Wright, but look, you mentioned those top 3 are loving this in their mirror right now. Seeing the entire field just double file like this behind Jamie Wright and Josh Arnold. Alex Kerfin tags the wall for turn 2.
Yeah, he got the wall in the background, kept it straight. We're still green, but they love it, but at the same time they hate it because they know what happens. Somebody gets a little overzealous, overdrives the corner, we get another caution, they restack back up and go for another restart. Just like that right there, Moreno tags the 0. He gets hit by Coldwell. Kerfan's in it. Bennett able to avoid Nathan Lehman. Josh Coppernoll pile in.
It's the track blocker again, Dawson.
And Harold Tucker takes out the cone, or at least is sitting right on top of it. He better not drive over it. Put it in reverse, Harold. Actually, I don't think he can. He is not moving. Oh, and he'll just drive right through it. Oh, the humanity. Cameron Caldwell is still sideways, now back straight and going. You see the field
Alex
is
Kerfan,
already back
yeah,
around right in front
just
of
going
Alex
now.
Kerfan. And now he gets back fired off. Caution flag flies. It's a graphic we're all too common to seeing. It's the JCTV replay graphic. We'll take a look back and see just what even started this in the first place. It started with Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Jamie Wright making contact. Here, coming to the corner, right on the outside, Moreno on the inside, trying to get it in there, and just contact made. And then right there, Moreno gets turned by Caldwell. Caldwell gets hit right here, and then, oh, Canfield just piled it into the barriers right there. Take a look from this onboard. This one won't be fun.
I heard an engine blow. I couldn't tell who it was, but that's a very apparent answer right there.
Wesley Rose as he was spun around. Take a look at Josh Copperfield's on board from back here. And then Nathan Lehman, Alex Kerfan. There you see Michael Kruger get by. Michael Walls gets by that one. Just take a ride with David Durand. This all happens in front of him. Ooh, good hit there to the front of the 24. And how about Mr. 56 timer, Brett Bennett, his on board. Somehow he escapes without a bunch of damage. There you see it. There's the calamity.
Well, Dawson, the field's getting ready to choose this lap, and incident responsibility has been placed on the 43 of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He is not cared for that decision being made by Jonathan Parker. He argued it at first, but JP equipped back with a final decision. So 43 is going to be starting rear of the field here.
As they choose this time, you see some wave around cars. It looks like that going to be Jamie Wright and Josh Copperfield. They're going to go around and get their laps back. Nathan Lehman, Brian Haynes, Cole Snyder, Ethan Fonseca Moreno are a lap down. Alex Kerfan, 2 laps down. Wesley Rose is down 2 as well. Jonathan Canfield down 5 laps, likely out of this race. Harold Tucker down 10 and 27th. And of course, as mentioned before, Tristan Maher out of the race. Heading towards the Geico restart zone. The pace truck dives towards safety of pit road. Justin Duran, Jackson Tate, your front row again as we head onto the front straightaway. The green flag back out. We're back racing on lap 69 in the Mardon PC 200. Brett Bennett somehow did not get an incident from that caution, so he is still at 8X, by the way, just in case you were curious. Oh, Henry Elias having to miss the back bumper of Alonso Chicano, washing up the track, dropping some spots, but I think he'd rather drop back than take out the 25 and have to drop back even further as he continues on, riding in the 12th position.
Oh, contact, Michael Wallace, David Durand, Brian Haynes, they save it somehow on the back straightaway.
David on the lead lap, still in 16th. Jeffrey Armstead just behind him is 17th. So there's some battles for positions mixed in with some lead from lap down cars just up ahead. See Cameron Como battling Michael Walls. This is for 15th. And up ahead, Chicano to the inside of Bennett.
Already these two have had a run-in tonight with each other.
And so tight together, side by side in this battle for the spot. This is for 7th. Gets the better of Bennett. And that opens the door for Michael Kruger now. Pop into the picture, battling with Bennett. spinner, Jackson Tate.
Oh, Tyler Watermelon
Tyler.
gets spun after the fact. And Brian Haynes is with him.
Tyler Watermelon finding a way to see an accident happening ahead of him and say, I want to be part of that too. Take a look at your JCTV replay. Ooh, he might have got a little help there, that number 11. It's heading into turn 3 here. It's a tap by Austin J. McGill, and around goes the 11. You see right there, Watermelon spinning. Take a look at what happened to the 68 machine. Just help from Brian Haynes, and Haynes gets hit by David Durand as the two of them go for a spin. So for once, Tyler Watermelon absolved of any blame in that one.
Yeah, it just kind of looked like a chain reaction there. Driving by the spun out truck, knowing there was a caution coming out, and just linked up there.
Yeah, that's the thing about Martinsville. It's a tight track. Not a lot you can do in a lot of these situations. You just kind of have to go along for the ride and hope for the best. So looking, if you're keeping track at home on the incident count, 16X is the most by a driver right now. That belongs to David Durand in the 24 running 15th. 16 incidents so far this race. Actually, I lied. 20 incidents is the most by Brian Haynes. Running in the 23rd position, a lap down. Not exactly what he wants to do. You know, sponsoring this race and everything, and currently leading in incidents. That's usually what Brett Bennett's supposed to do, not what Brian Haynes is supposed to do. But short track racing, you know, you're kind of just stuck in the middle of all of it, and that's what he's been dealt the short end of the stick on that one with how this is all panned out. So Justin Durand continues to lead. We're under caution here, taking on a quick side-by-side break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick message from our sponsors.
Hey man, you cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh man. Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola. Well, the race all right, fine. Are we good? We're good.
You saw the choose cone that time by Justin Durand to the bottom. And that puts Nick Hapiak to the top side as we get ready to go back green here. Pace truck diving off onto pit road. Adam, what was the update you had on the cautions we've had so far?
9 cautions in the first 75 laps so far tonight, Dawson.
Sounds about
the green flag.
Sounds about right for a short track. Green flag is out. We're back racing here in Martinsville. For how long? Who knows? Side by side still, Kelly and Hapiak. To the inside goes the 45, going back to the second spot. As they continue to fight, still side by side, Hapiak and Kelly. Durand trying to pull away from the 45. Now Kelly is clear for second. Here comes Austin J. McGill to the inside now for third.
A little bit further back behind that, battle for 7th, Alonso Chicano, Brian Smith, and somehow Michael Kruger is right on the tailgate of the 25 now.
Look who else is moving through the field in 5th place now. Brett Bennett up to 5th. Looking to battle with Nick Hapiak. Josh Arnold running wide up the corner there. That's going to open the door. Maybe a little 3 wide back in the back there. They don't do it. Well, Elias staying there, stays put. That doesn't allow Kruger to get to the inside of the 22 and puts him behind Arnold. And now Kruger losing that valuable time that he just gained back up here.
And Cameron Caldwell going to go a little wide there. He looked like he was going to go on the inside of Andrew Elias down the front straightaway. He got tight there off of 2, got into the 14 truck, coming down the back straightaway.
Now fighting side by side. This is for 10th between Kruger and Caldwell. And Kruger runs way wide. That allows Caldwell to go by Michael Walls, now trailing behind at the 7, trying to get by this 14. Kruger going the wrong way here. He wants to be going forward. Instead, he is dropping back as Michael Walls now gets to his inside. Kruger able to slop back in to 11th as we've gotten kind of single file here. Justin Duran continues to lead, but he's got Kelly and McGill right there ready to capitalize. McGill is doing so well rolling up with these two and trying to work the outside now on Dalton Kelly, or at the very least, trying to set him up for a crossover. Another battle going on. Cameron Caldwell, Michael Kruger got inside of Josh Arnold. That is back there for 9th and 10th. The 12 and the 14. Chicano up in 7th right now. Kruger is 10th. That's your battle for this midseason bracket as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. You see Walls sitting into the inside of Arnold there for that 12th spot, for the 11th spot.
Dawson, you mentioned a little bit earlier Dalton Kelly's strategy to get up to the front. Right now, he's running lap times faster than Justin Duran, so he's right there in the hunt for this lead. Went a little bit slower that lap in compared to the 5, but not letting him run away at all.
Yeah, it's not like he doesn't know how to succeed here. He's got a win back in Season 2 at this racetrack, and all the hectic, chaotic overtime finishes we had. This 45 wound up in victory lane at the end of it, battling with Cameron Caldwell. Right now, though, he is still showing that he's got it here in Martinsville. Currently riding in 2nd. He's got Austin J. McGill right there on his back bumper, trying to make a move here, trying to set up a move. Kelly's going to have to be ready for it because Austin McGill does not want to wait. He's going to go to the inside of the 45 and try to force the issue here. Trying to go for the 2nd spot.
Nick Hapiak in 4th. These guys have driven away from Brett Bennett right now, who is in the 5th position. Brian Smith's way sideways there off of turn 4. Alonso Chicano is going to get by.
And Relias going to follow suit behind the... Oh, around goes Brian C. Smith! The rear end steps out of the 3. The caution flag flies, and just like that, he is gone. Towing to pit road immediately. Not sure what... I mean, that just looked like the rear end just stepped out. Just drove it in too hot. And what was a really good run for Brian C. Smith winds up on the wrecker. Look at your JCTV replay. Loose out of 3 and 4. Chicano and Elias go to the bottom to miss him. And then right here, just around it goes. Just into the outside wall.
Sorry, Dawson. It started before he got loose off of turn 4. Entering turn 3, he got a little bump from the 25 truck, which upset him, I think, coming off of 4.
Right there, a little nudge. 25 gets him a little sideways. Just around it goes into the outside wall. So while he's on pit road, he's not alone. Plenty of other trucks decided to join him and pitting that time. See Nick Hapiak, Roy Crump on pit road, Justin Duran pulling off right now. So it looks like the top 8 stay out under this caution. That's Dalton Kelly, Austin J. McGill, Alonso Chicano, Andrew Elias, Michael Kruger, David Duran, Tyler Waterbolen, and Jackson Tate. They elect to stay out that time. Justin Duran, Nick Hapiak, Brett Bennett, Cameron Caldwell, Michael Walls, they all came down pit road as well. Ethan Marino's on pit road right now as well. The lucky dog getting his lap back that time. That gives us 19 trucks on the lead lap. But Dalton Kelly electing to stay out and assume the race lead.
Well, Dawson, we're just short of halfway here.
Yeah, at lap 95.
It's going to be choosing for the restart here.
Obviously, Kelly to the bottom. No leader has taken the top so far this race. You see Chicano and Willias to the bottom, but that opens the door for row number 2.
Wow, a lot of people taking the bottom.
And nobody really wants the top. I mean, that's the thing about the choose. It's beautiful about it. You can take the risk, and look who's going to get to take the risk. Third on the outside lane now will be Justin Duran. There's Nick Kapiak and Brett Bennett on fresher tires. They're getting to shuffle forward. So we'll see just how quickly they can make work of the field on these fresher tires as the pace truck dives to pit road. 104 laps remain here in Martinsville. Dalton Kelly leads Austin J. McGill to the green.
Justin Duran gained 3 spots on the choose cone itself. Can he make it a net gain here on this restart on the outside?
If Tyler Watermull to the inside, it shouldn't be hard to get down to the bottom. Chicano, though, to the inside of Austin J. McGill, battling for second. It's Duran side by side. Justin and David back in the background there. Justin trying to work the outside. He does. He's up to 6th now. Nick Kapiak and Brett Bennett trying to follow suit with his 5 truck. Kelly
Oh! Kruger almost got hooked from the 44 of Andrew Elias. It's going to stack him up behind Justin Duran.
Oh, David Duran tried to sit it 3 wide, backed out of it the last second. Caution is going to fly, though. Out. Oh, Brett Bennett! Brett Bennett is around trying to look to see what the caution was for originally, and drivers are still piling in there at the end.
Cole Snyder on the back straightaway.
And so we're under caution again, but Brett Bennett wrecked under yellow. That adds to the incident point total.
Ooh. The caution came out for Jamie Wright being really slow off of turn 2, and just the positioning of his truck collided with Alex Coffin and Cole Snyder at the same time.
You see right there, and that gets Snyder around. So that's what the caution was for right there. The contact with Wright, Kerfan, and Snyder. But then the 47 of Brett Bennett, when the caution comes out, he goes for a spin as well. And it's almost the same way that Brian wrecked out earlier. Just coming in too hot in the corner and just getting on the brakes, and it stepped out. So Bennett 15th. Only at 10x right now. But up front, it's Dalton Kelly still leading the way. So as the field makes their way, we've crossed the halfway point. Dalton Kelly leading, Chicano second. Of course, Chicano and Kruger second and fourth right now. That battle for that mid-season bracket challenge. Still oh so close.
Yeah, these two have been all over the board tonight, Dawson, in terms of their running order. At least, especially Michael Kruger, but Alonso has had his fair share of time in traffic, about mid-pack or so. But it's definitely been a dynamic race with everyone fluctuating their positions throughout the field. So This is going to go all the way to the wire, I'm pretty sure, between these two for this bracket challenge.
Hey, you mentioned Kruger through the field. I mean, he started in 15th, and he got through the field up to the middle of the pack near Chicano, then got an EOL penalty all the way back to 23rd, and then he got back up to the front, fell back again, and now he's back up in this 4th position. So he has been all over the place tonight, back and forth, front to back, even up the sides. Now, running in 4th outside lane there, 2nd row just behind Chicano after the choose. So it will be 95 to go. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's going to be really fun with these two nose to tail here, and Dalton Keller leading them to green here for this restart.
Absolutely. Kelly, Chicano the front row as they head to the Geico restart zone. The green flag is out. It's 96 laps to go here at the line. Michael Walls spun the tires in the back, stacking up the outside line just a little bit, but they're able to keep rolling without any issues. At least for now, Michael Walls was sideways there on that drop of the green flag.
Austin J. McGill takes that 2nd position, but I think he got the curb, and he's indigo blocking Alonso Chicano for that inside lane. Chicano's going to go to the outside and try and take it the long way, but here comes Kruger now.
Chicano is battling hard. I see someone spun around in the wall. Brett Bennett nosed into the outside wall. Still no caution. And wrecked! Michael Kruger's around!
Harold Tucker was backing up the track. I think that's the caution, but I don't know, Dawson. Too many things happening at the same time again, and Kruger trying to get back going now. Let's see how this is going to get scored.
My God. So we'll quickly look and see what happened to Brett Bennett to wind up nose first into the outside wall. I think I see what might have been a 3-wide situation between himself, Nathan Lehman, and David Duran. He hits Lehman. Him and Duran go for a spin. And you mentioned Harold Tucker right there goes for a spin as well. So these two are around. You see Harold Tucker, he backs it up. That might have been what brought the caution out. But then we'll go back and see because Michael Kruger got sent on a little spin.
Kruger lost it by himself there. He hit the curb and spun the 14th car around.
Yeah, he spun himself out there, hit the curb, and around went the 14. So he's been playing, you know, back and forth, getting around the field. Cole Snyder getting his lap back. He was sideways out of 4 just there in the background. If you saw it, he was sideways getting back out there to go get his lap back. Michael Kruger dropped back to 21st now. Last truck on the lead lap. As he rolls off of pit road, he's going to have another uphill battle as Chicano currently sitting in 20th. He has dropped back to the tail end as well. I believe he came down and pit that time. Indeed, he did. So Kruger and Chicano both came down pit road together. So they'll be right next to each other yet again. But it's Dalton Kelly leading the field still. We've hit 91 laps to go. Austin J. McGill second, Nick Hapiak third. So good representation of your JCTV leagues here in this top 3. Kelly, of course, an ITPN regular. He's been running this series since season 1. Back behind him, Austin J. McGill. This is his second career start in the Pittsburgh Truck Series, but he is a mainstay in the Slide Job Racing League that races Tuesday nights. Of course, the iRacing.Funny 250 coming up this Tuesday, and then Nick Hapiak. He's a frequenter there for the DI9 Designs NEOR Series on Friday nights. Ran last night. Hunter Peach came home with the victory at Phoenix in a great battle at the end. As you see the choose there, he'll choose the bottom. Number 6, Justin Rand right there behind him, Michael Walls. He's all over the place. He's a winner in 2 of the leagues we run here on JCTV. A winner at Atlanta in Season 10 of the Slide Job Racing League, and then the winner this season here in the Independence News Truck Series earlier this season at Homestead. Dalton Kelly, though, still your race leader, choosing the inside line. Pace truck diving towards pit road. He knows he should just stay buckled in because it won't be long before he rolls back out as they make their way through 3 and 4 side by side, 2 by 2 to the Geico restart zone. Kelly on the gas pedal. The green flag flies back underway here in Martinsville. Kelly gets a good jump. McGill, though, maintains in second, and Happyak gets good to third. Happyak is on fresher tires in these top two right now, so he's definitely hoping to get by McGill in quick succession to get up to the back bumper of the 45 and make an effort. Side by side in the background is Cameron Caldwell and Roy Crump. That is for sixth. Now here comes Jeffrey Armistead going to try to make a move to the inside of the 70 machine, going for seventh.
A little bit further behind them, Josh Carpenter running in the 11th position. He's going to dive almost to the inside of Josh Owen, who looked for a brief second. He is quite a few truck lengths back, though. Now, big stack up behind him. One truck is in the wall. Brett Bennett's taking evasive action. That's Nathan Lehman, who's lost a couple spots because of it.
Brett Bennett in a bad spot right here. 12X. Just behind Tyler Watermullen and Nathan Lehman.
And just behind him, Alonzo Chicano and Michael Kruger have found themselves in the 19th and 20th positions racing for this bonus.
Chicano to the outside of Elias. Kruger is right there, going to try to follow in suit. It's going to be a decision on what lane you want to pick. Do you want to be behind Elias and Bennett, or do you want to be behind Lehman? And it looks like right now Chicano picked the wrong lane behind Lehman because Kruger's rolling up there with Elias coming to the inside of this number 25 machine.
Battle for the lead. Austin McGill has just taken the top spot from Dalton Kelly.
Kelly dropped back to third, actually. Happyak to second. Take a quick look back at what happened. McGill just got to the inside, and Happyak was able to take advantage as well.
Dalton was very lucky he found that opening quick, because if he didn't, Michael Wallace would have gotten through and brung everyone else in that line with him, and it would have been a lot further back for Dalton Kelly.
Dalton Kelly's been out there 84 laps since his last pit stop. I anticipate he'll pit at this next caution, just definitely trying to stretch it out.
Oh, and it's going to be Tyler Waterman sliding over turn 4. We stay green. He might have had help from Brett Bennett there, Dawson. As soon as I saw those two were nose to tail.
Oh, he did. Yeah, Bennett gets in the back of him. He was able to slide it and gas it up and keep it straight, so we stay green. Bennett now getting past Michael Kruger to the inside. You see there Chicano just behind, and that number 25, Celsius Live Fit Silverado, trying anything in his power to get back up to the back bumper of Michael Kruger. Oh, a little bit of contact with Bennett there. Peeking back to the inside of the 47, Chicano now. Got the preferred line. Trying to make quick work of Brett Bennett here if he can. There to the outside is the 47. He'll do it. He will clear. That's for 17th.
Speaking of SBOD, in a moment in turn 1 again for Dalton Kelly. Lost the rear end of that truck. Going to have to move out of the way for Michael Wallace here down the back straightaway, and Michael's going to get that third position. But Dalton continues to slip back. He's not keeping time at all with those top two. They have run away from these pack of trucks, and Dalton going to have pressure on him from two Radius trucks and then Jeffrey Armistead here momentarily.
Yeah, he'll need to be really careful. Older tires. We saw two teammates for SBLD, Brian C. Smith and Brett Bennett, just lose it and step out and hit the rear end of the outside wall. He wants to be very careful. You see that through the brake rotors just lighting up so hot there through the corner. Battling out back here. Andrew Elias making moves to the field to the inside of Josh Coppernell. That is for position. You see Chicano now to the inside of Michael Kruger and now to the inside of Josh Coppernell. This is for 15th.
The Alonso's going to get the spot on Josh for the time being. Michael going to try and follow through. Indeed, he does through 1 and 2. So these two are now nose to tail again.
Oh,
this time, Chicano gets to the inside of a Elias, and I saw it in the background. What even stuck that?
I think that was just making it through the corner. Copperell came off the wall. Bennett was trying to pull up, and they just made some slight contact. They're still nose to tail, are Bennett Copperell, but finally, Bennett clears. Copperell drops behind Snyder as well, and now down to 19th for this 42 truck.
Well, leader Austin McGill just caught the wall for turn 4. Nick Hapiak is 0.4 of a second within him.
Hapiak right there in the background. Gaining ground now is the 6. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Hapiak was in a really good spot last season to try and win this race, but a late race dust-up with Brett Bennett did him in. And that's what kind of opened the door for Caldwell to run away with it.
Absolutely, Dawson. He was right in the mix last season. A very strong track here for Nick Hapiak in the Unipit Zeus Truck Series, apparently. A little fishtail in there off of turn 4, but he's still within a second easily of this race leader.
This next time by, it will be 71 laps to go. And looking back at this battle still going on, Chicano is 13th, and Kruger right there in 14th, just behind him. They are doing everything they can to move through this field as quick as possible with these fresher tires, but sooner or later this is going to end up, that advantage they have is going to run out. But right now they've got up to 13th and 14th as they look now to Brian Haynes just up ahead in 12th. A good recovery so far for Haynes, but he's looking to see if he can improve some more and try to crack that top 10.
And these two got around Ethan Fonseca-Moreno momentarily, and Kruger now putting a little pressure there on the tailgate of Alonso Chicano, peeking to the inside here entering turn 3, but he's way too far back, gonna fade a little bit here, going to the corner and stack him up a little bit behind him. And Andrew Elias is gonna lock up the brakes. Good save there for the 44.
Kept it pointed straight, no caution. He'll just lose some spots in the process, battling Nathan Lehman there for 18th. So Chicano and Kruger trying to pick their way through the field and get back up to the front. Just under 70 laps to go. We'll take you on a quick side-by-side break. You won't miss any of the action here. Take you on a quick side-by-side. Don't go anywhere. This is the MartinonPC.com 200 here in Martinsville.
As a Grand Prix world champion in triathletes, I know how important it is to stretch before any competition.
I also know it's important to stretch. Mobil 1's advanced technology lubricates our engines.
Yes, that is true.
And my joints.
Oh my word.
Soda cookies. You want one, Jensen?
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Never know how. Never know how.
So what do you got in that loader, Tony?
Just did my mail run, Chase. 3,100 pounds of letters from the best fans on earth.
You have this many fans.
Yes.
You sure some of this isn't hate mail?
Nope. All fan mail.
This one's about weight loss.
That's not mine.
It has your name on it.
I'm a popular guy.
It says VIP membership renewal.
Not cool to read other people's mail, kid.
This isn't fan mail.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart-Haas Racing.
So, Ginny, what makes you an awesome different driver? Well, there's a lot to it. Man, it's a rush. So what makes home selling with OfferPad awesome different?
Oh, so much. But with OfferPad, it's a lot more home selling stuff and a lot less bumping into people.
I don't bump into anyone.
Home selling with OfferPad is awesome different. Request your free cash offer today at OfferPad.com.
Man, we're door to door. I have the better car, fresher tires. I drove it in deep, and you missed it. I know you wanted to watch it, but you got throttled by your data plan, and it slowed you down. You hit your data limit streaming all that techno music, didn't you? I mean, really? Man, you've got some questionable taste in music.
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
Hey, track bar's broke and you keep jumping out of gear. What do you want to do?
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Coca-Cola.
Should probably go.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
You saw it all in nonstop under caution again here tonight after an incident with Jackson Tate. Sends him in for the night. We're approaching 50 laps to go. And it was just an incident there for the driver of that number 11 that does him in. He was running top 10. Really battling it out there. So take a look at your JCTV replay to see what happened.
Yeah, it happened super fast, Austin. You just got really loose, it looked like entering turn 1, and big overcorrection.
Yeah, it's like we saw with Brian and Brett, you know, just driving it in deep in the corner. And then he just had the incident where he overcorrected, and that took him out of it. So pit stops, though, for the drivers, for the field, shakes things up. Alonso Chicano to the race lead. Joshua Arnold second. Michael Kruger is third. Then it's Brett Bennett and Josh Coppernol in fifth. They're the ones that stay out. Austin J. McGill wins the race off pit road is sixth. It is Nick Hapiak, Michael Walls, Justin Duran, and Dalton Kelly. That is your top 10.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot more shake-up here on this restart. I believe, Dawson, the way this strategy from some of these guys is going to play out. It's not a bad call, especially what we saw from Micah and Alonso pitting not too long ago in the grand scheme of things. I believe it was one of the last caution flags after a pretty decent long run there for all things considering.
Yeah, he was able to survive for now, and they're still maintaining. But coming up on 50 laps to go here very shortly. Somebody's going to have to survive through all this and take the checkered flag. I am not going to say what I was just thinking about saying because I know what happened the last time I did it. So I'll just keep my mouth shut. But Chicano choosing the inside, Arnold to the outside. That allows Michael Kruger to go to the inside just behind race leader Alonso Chicano.
There's Austin, a lot on the line here. Should be fun.
Yep, coming up, it'll be 51 laps to go when they go back green. Chicano, the win would be his second of the season, but also, too, he will pick up that bonus from the mid-season bracket challenge. Kruger behind him wants to take it away from him. The green flag flies. We're back underway here in Martinsville. Oh, Armistead! Ooh. Big wheel spin for the 20, but he gets out of line, and though Snyder just drives through the 44, who hooks the 68. And the caution flag flies again. Snyder drove it in there, and in the turn, end result, takes out Tyler Watermolen somehow. Take a look at that replay as a whole, because it all starts with Jeffrey Armistead with that wheel spin. So here it is coming to the green. You see right here, the 20 stacks them up right there. Then right here, Cole Snyder goes for a move. He gets past Haynes, but he just drives it in too deep, hits Wilias, and Wilias in turn spins Watermolen out. He had nowhere to go. Just innocent bystander as he gets turned there.
Yeah, that looks pretty bad, Dawson. Not gonna lie, just the way the 19 went in that corner. Yeah, the 20 stopped, but really went in there way too high and definitely collected a couple guys with him there. And we got some unpleasant radio chatter because of this incident.
Oh, it's no shocker there. I mean, look at this right here for a second. Coming down to it right here. They were 4 wide. We had 4 wide at Martinsville, and it worked. What didn't work is the aftermath of the 4 wide that would take out Watermolen in the 68 and send him for a spin. So for go ahead, Adam.
We didn't get much racing done, but Austin McGill got up to 4th before that caution flew. Now he's in 3rd with Josh Allen coming down pit road this last time. So he made quick work of those, what was it, 4 other trucks there in between he and Alonso?
Absolutely. I mean, he made very quick work to get up there. And he'll have a good chance to get back to lead quickly compared to the other drivers. Hatback in 5th. Kelly back in 8th right there. Justin Durand is 6th. He's still got a good shot to get up in this fight. And just looking at when they all last pit this last time, you can see the difference in the tires and everything for everybody. They should all be good on fuel. There should be no concerns about fuel. It's just a matter of the tires and just what you can do with them.
Well, the field is getting ready to choose this time for yet another restart, Dawson, with, I believe it's going to be 45 to go.
Yeah, it's 45 to go when they go back green. And the front row, speaking of green, they're going for it. Chicano and Kruger starting 1-2 here. Austin J. McGill slots in 3rd on the inside. Nick Hapiak there on the outside in 4th. Those two were battling for the lead before the first caution that came out there with Jackson Tate. And now Kruger and Chicano left to their own devices to battle here as we head to the Geico restart zone. 45 laps to determine it here in Martinsville, but we all know it's likely going to be a little longer than that. Chicano, Kruger, the front row to the Geico restart zone. The green flag is back out. We're back racing in Martinsville.
Wheel spin again on the outside lane, going to allow Austin McGill to get to the inside of Kruger here and try and take that position. Indeed, he does.
And Austin J. McGill to 2nd, now setting his sights on Alonso Chicano for the race lead. Hapiak now in 4th as well. Going to have to try to work around Kruger. It won't be easy to get by that 14 machine, but he's got fresher tires. He'll have a good shot to do it.
There's a stack up in the middle of the pack in Turn 3 last time by. It was Josh Coppono getting help from Cameron Cotto. Trouble. Roy Crump is in the wall with Nathan Lehman. Yeah, and a lot of guys taking big evasive actions to the inside on the back straightaway. We're going to stay green though, Dawson, as they are side by side towards the front. It's Justin Durand and Brett Bennett. And a little bit of a battle for the lead, and it is a battle for the lead now.
McGill sending it to the inside of Chicano. Down to the bottom lane. Here comes Austin J. McGill back to the race lead. Chicano not giving an inch. Side by side they go.
And Chicano did not give an inch on the back straightaway. Tried defending the lane a little bit. Remember, McGill blocked Chicano almost all the way to the inside wall earlier.
Yeah, Chicano will not forget that. The way he got raced, he tried to race him back the same way, but McGill is going to clear for the lead. Now the 99 out front here, coming up on 41 laps to go.
Nick Hapiak peeking the inside of Michael Kruger there for third. Not going to have that happen this time by. It looked like Kruger was a little bit faster than Chicano when Chicano got past there a moment ago. See if it's going to change this battle for the bracket challenge here. But Nick Hapiak is all over the 14 still.
Hapiak peeking to the inside of Kruger now. Side by side, the battle for third. And Hapiak has the nose out in front for now. Looking to get a further advantage. He'll get it into 3 and 4, and that'll open the door as well. Here comes Justin Duran now into the picture in the 5 truck. Peeking to the inside of Kruger for 4th.
Just behind Michael Walls, almost a little bit of a shot there to Dalton Kelly. He was going to fill that hole underneath the 14 of Michael Kruger and try and race for this position now. Inside, going for a top 5 position.
Kelly did not give Kruger a chance to get down, and Michael Walls is going to try to do the same, but he couldn't do it. He'll have to sit now behind him, but now he's going to try to peek to the inside. Here comes Michael Walls trying to get to the inside of Michael Kruger. A lot of shuffling and jockeying for positions here. Brett Bennett drops back to 12th on those older tires. Right now, it's not working out well for him, but for everybody else, they've been able to maintain and tread water. Michael Walls and Michael Kruger into the outside wall. And again, the 14 is involved in an accident. He is not happy.
That's going to be interesting how these two view this incident. It looks like Kruger got a little tight there on the left side or the right side door of Michael Walls, and Cameron Caldwell was also right there, Dawson, and just kind of made the situation a little bit worse.
They were fighting for that spot. It almost looks like Kruger just kind of gets the right rear. Trying to take another look here. It's kind of hard to pin any blame on anybody for that one.
And that's exactly what race control has determined. Jonathan Parker has said that was a racing incident between those two. 14 brings his Chevy Silverado down pit road, Dawson.
It almost, we're going to take a look. This is the first time I've doing this in a broadcast using the chopper cam. But it almost looks like at the time that Kruger tries to pinch down, Micah might have got the curb just a little bit, and that sent him up enough to get into Kruger. So just what to expect in short track racing. Everybody battling as hard as they can for any spot they can take, and you know, two people eventually will try to go for the same real estate and take each other out. So Adam, what do you got now for what do you got for the caution counter so far?
Oh, I lost count. I only knew the last time because Cameron mentioned something on the radio, so
well, then,
I wasn't keeping track. I would have
get a hold
lost
of him
track.
and tell him again. Get him, tell you the number now. That's how that works. Cameron right now is currently in the 5th position. He's got a good shot. Two of our defending Martinsville winners having a really good chance at going for it again here. Of course, Season 2's winner, Dalton Kelly. Season 3 winner was Cameron Caldwell. So we'll see if we got another repeat winner here tonight, or if we'll see a new driver in victory lane like we've got up front. Austin J. McGill, Nick Hapiak, the top two. Neither have a win here in the Independence News Truck Series, looking for their first. Justin Duran is looking for lucky number 5. He can get it here tonight. He's had a good run so far. He's been up front pretty consistently, so he'll have a good shot with that strategy he had earlier. Same as Dalton Kelly, staying out on the stage caution. He was able to stay out front and pretty much maintain it, so we'll see if he can benefit. Of course, Cameron Caldwell, last season's winner. Dalton Kelly, the winner 2 seasons ago. They're both looking to see if they can pick up their second grandfather clock. We don't actually give them grandfather clocks. They choose, and that leaves McGill and Hapiak on the front row. Austin J. McGill, of course, looking for his first career win on JCTV programming. Has not won a slide job race and has not won in the Independence News Truck Series. But he's looking to do so with 31 laps to go in Martinsville. The green flag flies. We're back racing for the MartinPC.com 200. Dalton Kelly now has wheel spin on the inside lane there. He drops the spots. He was able to maintain and get it back going better than we saw Jeffrey Armistead when he had his issue. But up front, Austin J. McGill. And you see Justin Duran and Cameron Colby were leaning on each other there for a second.
We haven't said his name in quite a while, but Ethan Fonseca back in the top 10, running in the 6th position, just behind Michael Walls, quietly made his way through the pack, and right now ready to strike behind that 7 truck as they get stacked up just a little bit behind Justin.
Brian Haynes is 7th. What a recovery for the 86. David Duran is 8th right now, just behind him. They've been able to recover fantastically through this field and get back in the mix of things here in the late runnings of this race.
Update on the bracket challenge yet again. No Sotero, Alonso Chicano, and Michael Kruger mid-pack.
Once again, both of them going to try to fight through the field together. Alonso Chicano to the outside of Josh Arnold, battling for 13th. Michael Kruger right there on the inside, trying to get by Chicano. Ooh, maybe contact between Arnold and Chicano. Still side by side, those two are. Now Arnold still peeking back to the inside of Chicano. Where does Kruger go? Kerfan just up ahead. He's in the wall in front of Chicano. That's going to stack up Chicano. Here comes Kruger back to the inside. Side by side, the bracket challenge battle. It's a positional battle for about 13th. They're 3 wide down the front straightaway. Michael Kruger on the inside trying to get by Chicano.
Kerfan way wide. He's going to have to abort that corner. He's going to drop 3 or 4 more positions because of that. But these two are going to drag race each other into turn 3 just behind Josh Arnold.
Still side by side, neither giving an inch. 25 laps to go this time by. And this is the battle for a $75 bonus between the two. You'd think it was a grand, the way they're racing each other. Kruger about leaning on Chicano there, but Chicano clears in 13th place. Alonso Chicano now holds the lead over Michael Kruger in the bracket challenge. Brian Haynes, David Duran having issues there in the battle for 8th. Jeffrey Armistead to the inside now, going to Brian Haynes.
Armistead still on the inside here off of turn 2, more contact down the back. And Brian Haynes is going to block that inside lane going into turn 3 here.
He's not wanting to let anybody else by. He wants to try to get back on the offense and go by this 24. Michael Kruger a little sideways off the corner in the background there. You saw it too. Wiggling, and he gets in the back of Chicano. Around goes Alonso Chicano. The caution flies again. And that was brewing all night long.
Hayward Tucker the third also ends up spun out in turn 1.
I want to say we do have the ability to sponsor the replay graphic. You see how much we've had to show it here tonight, so you know for a fact if you put your sponsor on that graphic, it will get seen a lot. Here's JCTV replay, and just right here, just Kruger just gets in too hot, gets into the back of the 25. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Kruger just fighting hard, trying to stay with him.
And he came over the radio and took responsibility for the incident, so he will be given a black flag because of that. Or a NEOL, I should say, on this next restart. So these two are going to they're going to have to do this all over again, right near each other, Dawson.
Oh, yeah,
not going to get away from each other at all.
No. Yeah, Kruger and obviously Kruger's going to accept, Kruger very much, hard-nosed racer, but he knows when he's made a mistake. We'll look and see what Harold Tucker happened to the 64 as well, but he tries to race as clean as he can, and sometimes he just has his mistakes. And Harold Tucker I'm not sure what that was about. It looks like he gets a little sideways off of 4, but then it's just like a back and forth with the wheel all the way through, and then he loops it and hits the inside wall there.
He was very fortunate other things were happening just ahead of him to bring out the yellow.
Yeah. He's back on pit road now. Very likely could end his night in 23rd right now, 13 laps down. Coming up to a point where there's no reason for him to keep racing because there's no one to really gain on. Jackson Tate 24th, Jamie Wright's 26th, 5th, Brian C. Smith 26th, Jonathan Canfield 27th, Tristan Maher 28th. Those are your drivers that are out of this race right now.
Well, Dustin, I want to correct you real quick on something you pointed out on the last restart. Austin J. McGill does, in fact, have a win on JCTV programming. A very surprising location. He won an NARL race, a doubleheader event, one of them at Suzuka Speedway. So probably one of the most farthest away circuits you could from winning here compared to Martinsville Speedway. So gonna have to try and do it tonight with just less than 16 laps to go on this restart, I presume. And guy he beat for that win was one of them was Nick Hapiak, who is right there behind him. So a little bit of fresh face, or familiar face, I should say.
That explains why I did not know it, because I'm not really much of a pay attention or two of the stats in NAR, because I'm usually racing that league. I'm not worried about broadcasting stats. So obviously, though, Austin J. McGill is a winner then, but he has yet to win in the Defensive Truck Series. At least I can say that with certainty. As they go double file, 16 laps to go. Austin J. McGill to the inside. Cameron Caldwell takes the outside of row 1. Nick Hapiak going to the inside of row 2 with Justin Duran to his outside. Michael Walls, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, Brian Haynes, Jeffrey Armstead, David Duran, Andrew Elias. That is your top 10 heading for the Geico Restart Zone. 16 laps into terminate here in Martinsville. The green flag flies. We're back underway. Caldwell's going to be able to take second. Hapiak did not get a good restart, so move the 12th truck into second place.
Kruger has come down pit road. I'm not sure what the issue is, if there is one looming on that 14 truck. He pitted multiple times under this caution. Gonna have to have a miracle here to stay in this fight for the bracket challenge, but up front, the top 2 have split away.
See in the background, the leader's rolling by.
Oh,
that's Brian Haynes to the inside, saves it, gathers it back up. It looks like Michael Kruger is serving an EOL, or a drive-through, excuse me, a drive-through penalty possibly for Michael Kruger as he drives through pit road. Oh,
he's going to merge right into the traffic.
Yeah, 3 wide there with Brett Bennett, Andrew Elias. There's Roy Crump, Dalton Kelly.
Alex Kuffin got shot out of the roof yet again, got almost put up in the wall.
I mentioned the top 2 have broken away. Look who's battling for third now. Here comes Michael Walls. He was in the outside wall earlier on in this race, now battling back for third.
Going to get the spot there on Nick Hapiak for the time being, and behind him, Ethan Fonseca Moreno had a run on Justin Duran, didn't take it, but the 6th truck fought back a little bit against Michael Walls in the 7 here.
Slow truck Nathan Lehman dropping like a rock. I saw that there was popping around, but he is dropped. Alonso Chicano fighting with Roy Crump for 16th. Not really going to matter much because Michael Kruger is a lap down, out of the picture for Alonso Chicano. We'll cross the stripe this time. 10 laps to go here in the Mardon PC 200. Can Austin J. McGill hold off last season's winner Cameron Caldwell, or will Caldwell go for 2 in a row?
The issue for Lehman a couple laps ago, he got on the power way early compared to the truck in front of him. That was Roy Crump, so he just smacked the rear end of that 70 truck, ruined all of his momentum, slowed down tremendously down the back straightaway, lost a ton of spots, and now this time down the back straightaway, it's Brett Bennett, Dalton Kelly, and Andrew Elias all clumped up together, 3 SBLD trucks, tail end of this lead lap.
12th, 13th, and 14th right now are the SBLD drivers as they battle, or 30, 40, 50, excuse me, as they battle. Kelly swapping back to the inside of Elias to go for 13th. Just 9 laps to go, make it 8 this time by at the stripe. Caldwell just slowly but surely faster those past couple laps. But he's going to need to gain a good amount more if he wants to battle for this win. He put in the wall! Cameron Caldwell just got the wall, dropping some more time to the 99 truck.
And it's going to reflect there in the time compared to the 99, but Austin McGill a little wide there entering turn 1.
It worked on the run down the back straightaway, but Caldwell was able to reel it within 0.4 of a second. So he's still right there in case McGill makes a mistake. 6 laps to go. If Caldwell wins this race, it would be his 8th career win, which would put him as the all-time wins leader in the Pits News Truck Series. Austin J. McGill is looking for career win number 1 and just his 2nd start in the Pits News Truck Series. He's going to have 4 laps to determine that here when they cross the stripe this next time by. Caldwell just not gaining enough, if even, on these laps to be able to contend with Austin J. McGill. Caldwell, though, sees that back bumper right in front of him. He knows when he can get to the back bumper, that's all he'll need. He is still right there as they hit 2 to go this time. 0.4 of a second, still the gap.
Yeah, he looks a little bit smoother right now than that 99 truck, just trying to get through these corners a lot better.
He's not gaining time, he's still losing time. Trying to reel him in as best as he can, but this time by, Austin J. McGill is going to see the white flag. 1 more lap to go in the Martin PC 200. Caldwell trying to push for everything. He's got this one final lap. But he's not going to have enough. He stumbles it through turn 2. He'll try to send it in at turn 3, but it's not going to be enough. Out of 4, Austin J. McGill picks up his first career win in the Pits News Truck Series.
Incredible finish there between those two. Amazing battle for Austin McGill all night long, and to come through really with a surprising win, Dawson, because like we have mentioned, not a regular here in the Pits News Truck Series at all. 2nd career start in the Blazer Sim Racing League, so this should be a fun win for the 99 truck. Andrew Elias is going to join him in the celebration on the front straightaway.
And Elias going to burn it down as well. That 44 truck coming home in the 16th position. He is going to burn it down until he blows the motor. So while he celebrates, let's take a look at your results here.
Oh, there it goes.
Finally blows up there on the front straightaway. Austin J. McGill scores the victory. Cameron Caldwell bringing it home 2nd. Michael Walls in 3rd. Nick Happyack comes home 4th, and Ethan Fonseca Moreno from the back to the front. He's able to rebound and finish 5th. Justin Durand was 6th. Jeffrey Armistead a strong 7th place run. Brian Haynes in 8th in his return back to the series. David Durand was 9th, and Joshua Arnold rounding out your top 10. Of course, so you see the rest of the running order. Alonso Chicano 14th. That will lock him up the midseason bracket win. Looking through the field, Tyler Watermelon 18th, Nathan Lehman 19th, Alex Kerfan bringing it home 20th, and Michael Kruger 21st. Unable to capitalize and go for that win. A very poor finish might also hurt him in the standings for the regular season championship with a 21st place run here tonight. Through all the chaos, though, somehow, some way, Michael Walls brings it home 3rd. And I think we're going to get a hold of him and see what he's thinking at the end of that one. Hey, Michael Walls, is the boys in the booth? You got a copy? Not sure if he is there. Try this again here.
Hello.
There we go. Hey, Michael Walls, the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, well, you had a back-and-forth race. You were up front battling. You had an incident with Michael Kruger that sent you to the back, but you were able to recover and bring it home third. What was that race like from the cockpit there, trying to navigate all the chaos?
It was very crazy just from the very start. Started back in the very back at the very start. Spun early on. Got an EOL. Somehow managed to get back to the front. And I'm just happy with the finish I had there. Wish I had a chance there at the very end, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and you were able to still get up there and duke it out, able to get by Nick Hapiak there coming to the end of it for that third spot. So what does that do for you? That's now your third. Your third place is your second top 5 of the season. Looking to try to build on that in the points as well, heading towards these playoffs. What are you thinking now as you the races start to wind down here, heading towards the playoffs?
Just have solid performances each and every week, and hopefully it builds the momentum going to the playoffs.
Well, you got that 7 truck up to third. Who you got to thank? Sponsors, teammates. What get you there? Got you there on the podium.
I want to thank Jared Bogelli and Jonathan Parker for all the help.
Well, alrighty, that is your third place finisher here tonight, Michael Walls. Congrats again, Micah.
Thank you.
And Adam, I believe you have caught up with our second place finisher here tonight, Cameron Caldwell.
Yeah, down here with Cameron Caldwell, second place. First of all, I want to ask, reigning winner of this race at Martinsville, what more did I have to take to catch Austin McGill there on that last restart, run him down, and get around him for this second win here?
No idea. He was quick, obviously, a lot faster than I thought he would be. I wasn't thinking of him as a contender because obviously he doesn't show up here very often, so you never know with guys like that. Props to him, though. It was just kind of, we were so even, and I would gain on him in the corners, or entering the corners, and then he get a little bit better runs off, and just needed a little bit more, whether tire or time or another restart or something, I don't know. But very frustrated about it, but just kind of one of those deals. Trying to think back to any sort of incident earlier in the race where could have changed the deal, but there's just so many cautions that it's hard to keep track of. But overall, good points today. Definitely had this one circled on the calendar going off of last year, but second's still good. Just second sucks, as I say, but I got good points today.
Yeah, you mentioned all the incidents and all of the chaos that kind of happened throughout the race. What, from your perspective, really was the biggest moment from that 12 truck, surprised you the most, and anything really that was super close from taking you out of the event here?
I think that one incident where we got stacked up with Ethan, I was glad that my damage wasn't as bad as I originally thought. I had like 23 point something seconds of optional, which is nothing with these tanks of trucks now. But yeah, after that, I ran pretty clean. A little surprising that I was able to get up to the top 3 at the end. Like I was stuck back at like 5th, 6th, 7th, and then I got a couple good restarts and good chooses that went my way finally, and was able to get top 3 there. And then that last restart was able to get front row, which I felt like I was the strongest truck on the top on restart. So I just needed to get going slightly better, and then maybe I could have pinched him off out of 2 or something and race him in the 3. But it's one of those deals. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But he also obviously was really fast again. So I'm not mad about listening to him. Like, I didn't think I was so much faster than him by any means. So, I'll take that one for sure. Would have been more frustrated if it was someone else, but overall, can't be too upset about it.
Yeah, I saw you tank slap those tires, the barrels at the end of that other pit wall there. That was very surprising. You kept going as well as you did. Who do you have to shout out and thank that got you there to the end tonight to provide a second place finish and a good points tonight, like you mentioned?
Yeah, thanks to my team, Radius Racing, my teammates, my sponsors, C2 Graphics and the Pits News Grid Network, Milk Massage Therapy, RPS Marketing, Left Coast Revivals, the Racing Experts, GCTV, you guys are broadcasting. Thanks to the field for not cleaning me out. I know there was a lot of cleaning other people out, but I didn't get involved too bad, so thankful that they missed me for the most part. Thanks to my friends and family for watching. Thanks to all the other fans for watching, and see you next week at the Roval.
All right, congrats on the second place run tonight, Cam, and good luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
Was a runner-up tonight at Martinsville, Cameron Caldwell, Dawson, and I believe you are in victory lane with tonight's victor.
What was that race like for you here tonight?
All I could say was it's crazy. A lot of carnage, a lot of chaos, a lot of cautions. Yeah, it's really just about staying clean as much as I could. I was down on RPMs from near the beginning, but yeah, it's mainly just about staying clean all race.
Yeah, and you were able to get up to the front with some different pit strategies. But that last stop you made, you were able to get those fresh tires, get out in front of everybody else, and kind of move through the field quickly compared to your competition. So do you think that maybe played a factor in that race off pit road, winning that, and then being able to fight traffic as quick as you did?
Yeah, for sure. The tire degradation wasn't as much as I was expecting. The caution laps did have a pretty big role to play with that, but yeah, I made a pit stop, my last pit stop, try to get fresh tires compared to the guys in front of me, and then I just try to get by them as quick as possible to put as many cars between myself and whoever else pitted with me as possible to give myself a little bit of a buffer. And then that last caution came out, bunched us all together, and then it was kind of just a sprint from there, so I kind of just had to hold on.
Well, you were able to hang on in the sprint and get your first career win in the Pits News Truck Series. But floor's yours. Teammates, sponsors, who do you want to shout out? What got that 99 truck into victory lane tonight?
I just want to shout out Jonathan Canfield. He was the one that actually invited me to this league quite a while ago. I never had the time to run, but free now, so I should be here more often. Want to shout out a friend of mine, Ron Harrington, putting a badass paint scheme on my truck, and gonna run this every week. So yeah, that's basically it.
Alrighty, well that is your race winner here tonight. Austin McGill picks up his first career win and just his second start here in the Pits News Truck Series. Congrats again, Austin.
Thank you.
But he is not our only winner here tonight. Adam, I believe you have caught up with the winner of the JCTV Bracket Challenge, Alonzo Gicano.
Hey, Alonzo, it's Adam up in the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Adam.
Well, you ended up winning the mid-season bracket challenge here in the Pits News Truck Series. So, what was that like going against Michael Kruger all night long? We were keeping a close eye. You two seemed pretty much like magnets all race, whether it was front of the field running 1 and 2 or middle of the pack running 18th and 19th. It seemed like you two were stuck together.
Yeah, it wasn't a graceful way to win that tournament. Getting into each other there. But yeah, we had a fast truck all night. just made a mistake of not pitting after that one long run, and then got stuck on older tires when most of the field pitted. So I had to pit later than I wanted to again, and that kind of put us in the back and got us into trouble there with Mikey running us over. But yeah, it was fun. It's cool to win the thing. Uh, you know, my biggest thing I cared about was just beating Mikey in points. All the bracket stuff and tournament is really cool for sure. But yeah, just trying to catch Mikey in points. So thankfully, I think we should have gotten a little bit closer to him this week. Wish we could have gotten more points there in the end and gotten back into the top 10, because I definitely feel like we had a top 5 truck, if not a race winning truck, but just wasn't right for us with the way the cautions fell. So pretty cool to win it.
Yeah, so it ends up being a 14th place finish, like you mentioned, not having the best of luck there in the last couple of restarts. What was the vibe inside that 25 truck, just kind of being in the middle of it all there in the last 30 laps or so, being stuck in the back really after your last pit?
Yeah, I mean it's like a freaking beehive when you're in the back. Everyone's racing so hard and you know trying to not give up the bottom. And I felt like I was one of the few trucks that could actually put up a fight on the high side. At least when I was on fresher tires, I actually made up a few positions. I don't know if you guys saw, but I didn't really see too many people doing that. But I was able to do it a few times, so it didn't really bother me too much restarting on the outside. But everyone was just racing so hard and maybe a little bit too hard sometimes, and it was just really intense racing and very high anxiety of trying to get a run off of the corner, but also not letting the car behind. Trying to you're trying to play offense and defense at the same time because you're trying to not give the bottom to the car behind as well. So anytime there's a checkup, then you're worried of getting run over, like what happened to me there.
Well, like we mentioned, Alonso, you are the mid-season bracket challenge winner, so gonna go away with a $75 bonus. Who do you have to shout and thank for that to get here and win this achievement over Kruger tonight?
Yeah, just always fun racing my teammates and Michael. Even though sucks he kind of dumped me here today, but most of the time we race pretty good with each other. So shout out to them, everybody who I was up against during the tournament. It was a pretty cool idea that we had. I think it was Cam that brought it up. So shout out to all of them, and obviously our sponsors and our supporters, Celsius Energy, Mardon PC, Grid Network, In the Pits News, freaking Habaneros, Mexican Grill, Not Famous Racing. I got so many people that support us that it's hard to remember sometimes. I'm sorry, but yeah, just everyone watching at home, JCTV, you guys for broadcasting, your girlfriend watching at home. Just thank you to all you guys.
All right, well, congratulations, Alonso. We'll hear from you next week again, I'm sure, at some point. And good luck at the Rover. I know it's not your strong suit, but it should be fun to watch next week.
Yeah, would love to speak to you guys next week again. Hopefully that means I did something good.
Of course. Congrats again, Alonso.
Thank you.
Well, through all the chaos and all the carnage, we see a new first-time winner here in the Independence News Truck Series at Martinsville. In Austin J. McGill, who's also going to have to get ready to go from the short track to the super speedway coming on Tuesday as he heads to Daytona for the iRacing Not Funny 250 for the season premiere of the Slide Job Racing League. Adam, it was what we expected out of Martinsville. It was a Wreckfest. It was a matter of survival, but in the end it came down to a battle between last season's winner and the new first-time winner who was able to hang on to it at the end. What was your takeaway from this race as a whole?
Yeah, a lot of it met expectations. You're right about that. We did have a lot of pacing, but that's just the part for the course on short tracks. There is a lot of action. There was a lot going on in the last 25 laps or so. We could hardly keep up with all the battles going on track. So it was a blast. It was fun to see. Great to see a first-time winner like you mentioned, and awesome to see that first edition of the Mid-Season Bracket Challenge complete 4 weeks down, and it was really intriguing to see the way it all shook up. Unfortunately, we didn't get a surprise that way. Quick shout out for Andrew Elias for winning the Cinderella Upset Award in that regard, and it should be fun to do it again if we do next season, and moving forward to next week at the Rover as we race down to the rest of the regular season. Dawson, playoffs are going to be here a lot sooner than some of these guys realize.
Yeah, we've got 5 races left before the playoffs, 4 race weekends, because of course at the end of it, August 19th is the one that's looming, the doubleheader at Talladega. We will have 2 races that day, and it'll be the final 2 races before the playoffs begin. But of course, we first look forward to next Saturday when the drivers will head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This second time around, though, they'll be turning left and right as they head for the Roval layout. So we look forward to that next weekend. Of course, last season's winner, Tristan Maher, is going to look to go back-to-back if he can. And if he can't, then he'll just have to settle for what he's got and take away what he can. But that's going to do it from us here tonight for the In the Pits News Truck Series in Martinsville for the MartOnPC.com 200. Austin J. McGill, first-time winner here in the Pits News Truck Series. Congrats go out to him. You will see him race again this Tuesday night as the Slide Job Racing League heads to Daytona for the iRacing Not Funny 250. But before that, I believe this upcoming Monday is also race number 2 for the All-Star Summer Showdown. The All-Star Summer Series will be heading to Lanier Raceway on Monday, so don't forget to tune into that on JCTV at 8 p.m. for the heats. And then this Friday is the NAR Series, I believe they're racing this Friday.
Homestead, Miami, I believe.
Yes, they'll be racing at Homestead this upcoming week on Friday. Don't miss that. And, of course, next Saturday at the Roval. Things are getting tense. Things are heating up. We've got some good action coming to you here on JCTV, and you don't want to miss any of it. Congratulations again to Austin J. McGill. He goes out and wins tonight to etch his name into the history books as another first-time winner here in the In the Pits News Truck Series. I'm going to thank you for tuning in as always. For Adam Kuhn, this is Dawson Allen signing off from Martinsville saying so long and have a great rest of your night.